All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this new podcast episode, man. What day it is, it doesn't matter. Just keep working. So, welcome to this Cultural Awareness Podcast one more time. And for all our listeners out there, thank you. We really appreciate you. We appreciate what you've done for us. And please keep subscribing, share it with friends. We are available on every single podcast out there, whether it's Amazon, Google, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We are on it, man. So please feel free to share our podcast with friends and relatives, especially if you're all about culture and hearing about cultural differences. Yes, please go ahead and do share. Now, today we have a particular story. I know I said that I will talk about like some type of skill that you can do and be earning six figures. So today it's not really it, but it's kind of going around that way, right? So today we have another situation going on, man. And today's story should be able to inspire us, right? Because they say your golden days are when you are young, because you want to work hard when you are young so that you can have an easy retirement. Now, some people choose to retire around, like, I guess 60, 70, but to me, that is not enough time to enjoy your life, right? So as we try to be retired, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be active, but try to retire around the 50s, so you got at least 20 more years or so, God willing, to enjoy it with your full capability as far as your physical standpoint, So in today's story, you will find it interesting, and this is a story of a man that has a broken heart, right? And he wants us to be able to give him advice, like what should he do or what type of decision should he do or take. Now, so the story goes as follows. He wrote us to say this. He been married for 10 years now with his wife, and they all together have 4 kids. He is making a good living. We're talking about really good living, right? In the top, let's say around maybe 150 to 250,000, and he likes it, right? So he's very happy with it, and there's an issue, right? So at the beginning of their relationship, he was one of those men who believed that a woman's money in a relationship should be her money, and he is the man of the house, he's the provider, and he has to take care of everything, bills, electric, houses, mortgage, everything being paid for. But there's only one thing: they didn't own the house. They were renting. They were not owning the house. And by the way, when I say good living, so that money is not like in the US dollar. Let me put that in context, so we can all understand. The money is not in US dollar. So in US dollar, it might be, let's say he's making just about around something like $75,000 to $80,000 a year US dollar, right? So to him, that is a pretty good living. And he believed that even though they are renting, like, he should be the man taking care of everything in the house, right? He pay for everything the wife need with that salary. And the wife also, on the other hand, also work, right? She makes around 50K, $50,000 a year. So the marriage is going well. But until he realized recently, at the beginning of his relationship, he had told his wife that her money, whatever she's working, is her money, and he will be the provider of the house. He will do everything. Now, that is what he also advised most of his friends. But you can advise somebody and they might not follow that advice. So now he's looking at his wife and he said, what do we have to show for it? We've been renting for 10 years. We could have owned our own place. Now, because everything he's done, they're living this high, expensive life, right? And now he's realizing, like, at the end of the day, what legacy is he going to leave to his children? They have 4 kids and they are young and everything. So he decided that he wanted to downgrade the lifestyle, right? He wanted to downgrade the lifestyle with his wife so they can find a better, like a cheaper apartment, rather than renting those $2,000, house, like maybe he should go ahead and find him something around the 1,500 or like the 1,300 rent, so that they can live out there and they can save up their money together to become owners of a house, so something that they can leave to their kid. The wife says no, that she already has a lifestyle and she doesn't want to go back down. That what are people going to say? How will people look at them? And the man, just like a good, person in Africa, let me put in a context. In Africa, this is what happened, right? When you talk to your wife, she's not listening. They say the best person to know their daughter is their mothers, right? Your mother-in-law. So he went to the mother-in-law and be like, look, we have nothing right now to show for. I need to be able to take care of the family, and I want to buy a house, but I'm asking your daughter to save some money with me so we can go ahead and buy it together. She's saying no. I would like for you to kind of convince her that is the right choice. We have to downgrade right now, but we can be better later on. The mother says no, her daughter is not going back to living like a ordinary person because I guess her father always took care of her, and now he started it, he got to finish it. And now the man is torn apart because the person he thought could be able to help with this situation didn't help, right? The mother-in-law. And the daughter is like, no, she's pure no. She doesn't want to negotiate, and she's saying her money that she works is her money. He should still provide for the house, take care of everything, and take care of whatever she needs or take care of all her needs. And the man is like, I'm writing to the show because I'm seeing my friends from 10 years ago that we all started together. We're making around the same salary, but right now he has a house, he has an apartment complex where he live in it, and there's a bunch of them on rent. He has nice car and everything, and he doesn't have any debt. And he asked his friend, like, how did he do it? And he said the friend told him that his wife was working and he was working, and the wife came to the table like, let's try to own something. And he listened to his wife, and now they all own rental property that is providing good passive income, so he doesn't necessarily have to work to keep making money. The rental, the passive income is already taking care of everything for them. So now they are just looking to make even more, like they're trying to become multimillionaire, And he looked at that and he's mad, right? Because he's like, wow, I should have not given you that advice of not looking what your wife makes. So, ladies and gentlemen, my question is this: when you get married with a man, right, should the man look at what his wife is making? Or no, all the money, the wife money is her money and the man money is for the household. Do you believe in that? Now, before I go ahead and start dissecting the story, let's talk a little bit about investment, right? By investment, I mean, it's like, how do you prepare for retirement, right? Because you don't start preparing for retirement at the age of retirement. You start preparing for retirement when you are actually young, right? When you are young is when you prepare for a retirement. Why? Because that is when you have all the physical capabilities to be able to do so. When you get old, your muscle weakens up, bones weaken up, and now you don't have the same type of energy like you used to when you were younger. In that case, if you know that, you have to really fight hard before you turn in your 40s or 50s, right? A lot of people start investment late. That is good. Life is a journey and everything. But just because you start late, that doesn't mean that, is end there or that you will not enjoy. It's just that you might be blessed enough where you can leave it within your, where you can leave it within your old age and still have that and still enjoy that retirement money. But for this man, that is not the situation. He's in his late 40s and he realized he has nothing and he wants to change it. He wants to change the cycle because up to now they will take a bunch of trips. They will, take care of the kids and everything like that. And the house, always living a high, expensive apartment just because they will invite friends over and whatever, Now he's looking back and he's like, man, my friends are all in investment. They all own at least a house or at least a rental property, and I have nothing because we were out here playing the good life. So my question to you not my question, my way of saying these stories to this man. Start preparing for your retirement right now. Don't wait till later on, because later on you will not have the energy. And trust me, more money, more problem. Maybe that is so. But one thing that I have realized is money is not the root of all evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. So you better go out there, work hard, get your money, and be able to take care of yourself and your family. Why? Money give you options, right? When you have money, you don't see people with money struggling enough. I know that they will say, well, you can never have enough money because even the richest, the billionaire, keep trying to make more. Yes, that's true, but at least they have option. They can choose to work. You don't have that choice because light bill gotta get paid, houses gotta get paid, and maybe car, gas, food. You gotta get, kids or whatever. If you are by yourself, well, you still have to spend money to be able to have an affordable lifestyle, right? So let's get back to the story now. This is where I don't agree with his wife, right? And there are several ways you can go at it, right? To me, I'm probably more of I don't cut around the corner, sometimes like that. So I would probably just speak my mind and leave it as it is. But to me, this is what he should do. He has two options. Either he can go home, put his foot down, and be like, okay, if you don't want to move it and lower the lifestyle, we can go ahead and get a divorce, and you go your way, I go my way, and I will go ahead and build something for my kid that I can leave to my kid. Or since he knows that he cannot convince, he send her to her mom with the kid for a while. Maybe create a pipe burst or whatever. And by the time they get back, you already lower the house, right? You already find another place, a little bit cheaper, less expensive, and stay there. You are the man of the house. You take in charge and you take the command, right? Because it looked like to me you are getting walked over by your wife. This is supposed to be a partnership. The way it's supposed to work is whenever you guys make money, like, if you guys are really planning future together, then you guys all bring it at the table and be like, what can we do with all this money we made this year? Okay, maybe diversify your portfolio. Maybe start small, right? Put some in index 500, put some in stock. I started with the Robinhood app, right? It's just a small app, but I started with it, right? So I'm not a millionaire by any means, but I'm just saying ways of diversifying your portfolio. Now, there are some new build construction out there that you can put a down payment on it. But now, if you are in Africa, they want you to pay the whole house cash unless you work, for the government where you can take credit, But that is my advice to him, man. Go out there and put your foot down. If she doesn't want to listen, hey, I know some people that are billionaire in Africa. I believe one of the richest men in Africa is like a billionaire, and he had to go through multiple divorce before he found the one he need. Steve Harvey has to do the same thing, because some people sometimes don't understand what it takes to succeed, man. And until you left them and they see you and you can look at them back on the review mirror, man, and focus on the big windshield that is ahead, man. They will not understand. So you have to make her understand by either putting your foot down, by like, hey, this is where we are moving. I'm no longer asking, I'm telling you. And if you don't want to do everything together, then we don't need you to stay around, right? It's a partnership, right? And usually, from what I have realized, usually it's not even the man that should be asking, like, what are we building in the future? It should be the woman, right? Because statistics shows that the men are most likely to die before women, right? Men struggle a lot, they stress, you got to provide and everything like that. You got to come home, hear your wife more, like, we'll talk to you and all that things, that calls you a home, you age a lot faster. So I was thinking that maybe she will be the one making a step, like, hey, baby, like, hey, is it like, what are we having for our future? Maybe let's put down some money together and try to buy us a house. Let's put the money together and try to get into, I don't know, real estate or stock market or something like that, so that we can have, another thing. One thing that have made more millionaire than anything else, there's two things in the US and even in Africa, right? You can do life insurance, with index universal life insurance, or you can do a real estate, right? But to do real estate, I don't care. Like, I understand people saying you can use other people's money and all that, but trust me, you have to have some money at the beginning with to start. Also, nobody's gonna just let you use their money like that. You got to bring something to the table. Don't just show up to somebody and be like, "Lend me money." That's not how it works, right? You got to be able to bring. In some places, 20%. Now, in some builder, you can put 3%, 5% based on your W-2 income and things like that. So my advice to you is go home and put your foot down and be like, okay, this is where we are moving. I already booked the place, and you move out there. The kid would follow. They will understand one day why you had to do it, because you have to lower. It's like when you want to jump somewhere, like, you have to take a couple step back to fly through, man. You just don't stay there and jump right away. Like, no, that is not how it works, right? Especially if you got to jump across something, across a bridge. You got to take a couple step back, to have momentum to jump. So don't let your setback cause you to sit back, man. You go ahead and work hard. And there are some couple skill job out there also that I want to have a special podcast episode to talk about, right? That being said, thank you again for listening to me. I hope you enjoyed the story. It's all about investing. It's all about building future together. It's not always about culture and everything like that, but it's also about understanding life, right? Thank you for listening to us. You guys all have a great and blessed day. Peace. Big Steph.